Oh. Hi folks, do you hear me? Is there anybody here? So I'm tracking Comet C 2022 E3 from my balcony. And it's definitely a green comet. Let me check. Oh, it's enlisted. Public. Safe.
Jij beïnvloedt media en media beïnvloeden jou.
Help. Hi guys. Let's see if there's anybody who wants to look at the green comet with me. So this is a live view I have from my balcony of the green comet. Hey Jens van den Hees, hoe gaat het jongen? Hoe was Lubach? So we are looking at the green comet right now. This is Comet C 2022 E3 ZTF. And Marco says, nice. Thanks for joining, Marco. And yeah, this is just a little bit of a catch-up because I have been ill a little bit, and for the past weeks it has been really cloudy in the Netherlands. And this is one of the first times in February that we have some clear skies again. So Jens is my nephew, so I'm communicating in Dutch with him. he just went to a comedy show. So Jens, leuk man. Ik ben benieuwd of ik je zie zitten vanavond in de uitzending. Ik ga wel even kijken. So yeah, so this is the green comet. What can I say? You can see it live. It's definitely pretty high up in the sky, in the southeastern sky for me. And yeah, what can I say? It's a beautiful sight. It's definitely green. I have my 500 millimeter focal length telescope, so that's the 480 actually millimeter telescope paired with a planetary camera. It's the ASI 678MC. Because that's actually the only planetary camera that I have right now. Most of my cameras are monochrome, but anyway. Sorry, I still have a cold and my voice sounds terrible. So, Jens, you're also going to watch. Great. Well, this is it. So you can see here, you can definitely see that this comet is on the move. So what I've been doing for the last 15 minutes is taking images of the exact same part of the night sky, and then I stack them all together. And so you can see that all the stars, they remain perfectly centered, like perfectly round. But only this green comet is definitely on the move. And you can see every 30 seconds I'm adding a picture here, so you can see the comet actually moving slowly but surely towards the right of the screen. So that's pretty cool to watch, I think. So I thought I might as well show this to you live and have a chat. So if you have any questions about the comet, this is the only time that the comet is visible. Actually, I didn't go outside and looked at it. I can check if I can see it with the naked eye, but I don't think so, because I'm still in a suburban area in the Netherlands, in Utrecht, the Netherlands. So we have pretty heavy light pollution. But if you go to a dark side, let me check the brightness of this comet. I can check it in this website, on this website. Let's check it out. So it's reporting an observed magnitude of 5.8. Yeah, that is definitely, if you are in a dark sky location. Are you going to speak English? Very good. If you are in a dark sky location, you might be able to see it when looking towards the southwest in the night sky. I could also, I will show you also where you can find the comet right now. I have to add a website here. Let me check. Where is that website? I'm a complete noob. Website. Okay, Stellarium. Okay, I can show you Stellarium, I think. Let's start it up. So Stellarium is a free planetary tool. You can just download it. It's available as an app on your smartphone or as my voice, it sounds terrible. It's available as a on your smartphone as an app, but you can also download it for free on. Oh, wait. Hopefully this helps. Yeah, you can also download it for free. Just type in Stellarium. You will be able to find it. Let me find that comment for you, so I can show you where the comet exactly is right now. 2022 E3 ZTF. So, oh, it's already there. So it's already in the southern sky, actually. So let me show you. Where is the Stellarium? Can't find it. Properties. Ah, here it is. So, yeah, apologies for all the information on the top. I should get rid of that. But if you look in this towards the south, so in the night sky you will see Orion. So you have the Orion's belt. You can clearly see it here. The three stars in the middle of the constellation Orion. So I'm really terrible with my voice. I'm sorry about that. So can I show you this? No. This. So this is Orion, Betelgeuse, Bellatrix, Rigel, and here's the Orion's belt in the middle. So if you find Orion in the night sky, just go up from Orion. You have Mars here. Mars. That's a pretty bright. Of course, that's a planet. Pretty bright orange looking planet in the night sky with the naked eye. And then just above Mars here, you can see it. There's another bright star, and then you will find C 2022 E3 ZTF. So that's where you need to look. So look towards Orion, then towards Mars, and then go up a little bit towards the left, and you will hopefully see this comet in the night sky. Am I showing you this? So yeah, and you can definitely see it's on the move. That's what I wanted to show you. Maybe I can stick around for an hour or so just to show you the comet. So we have Vic here from Belgium. Hi Vic, we are looking at the live view of the comet tonight. C 2022 E3. My wife thinks you are the best astrophotographer on YouTube. Yeah, what do you think, Jerry? But thank her for me. So yeah, that's all I can show you right now. We did have some terrible snow in the Netherlands and a lot of cloudy nights. So it was really, I had to think about how to set up my gear. I think it was almost a month. Now I did have one clear night in January, and then I was actually able to catch the comet. What I'm doing right now, I'm taking 30-second pictures, as I mentioned. So you can see the comet slowly moving towards the right of the screen. You can see the green line. That is actually the comet moving in comparison to the stars that just simply are there in the background. And well, I wanted to show you I also imaged this comet for about 3 hours using different RGB filters with a high quality astrophotography camera. And then I came up with this final image. So this is an image of the comet about 2 weeks ago. I think I took it on the 16th or the 17th of January when we had no moon in the night sky, so that was nice. And then you can clearly see also all this dust that the comet leaves behind in the comet's tail. So that's pretty cool to see. You can't see that right now with the view I'm showing you. I'm only taking 30-second pictures, but you can see like the core of the comet and the coma, it is called, around the comet, which is enormously green, and it is moving towards the right. So that's what we are looking at. While you have to hear my terrible voice. Really nice image. Thank you, Two Hand UK. So, did you have a chance to capture the comet in the night sky? Let me know. So I think I'm also taking pictures here. So I'm going to create a time-lapse video. So you will see then a short video of the comet moving slowly towards the edge of the picture. I will post that on my community tab tomorrow, I think. So I will also check my telescope. It's outside, so I will be back in 5 minutes, just checking how the telescope is going, because you can see we are almost past the south here with the comet, and then I think I have to do a meridian flip, unfortunately. But I will postpone it as much as I can. Anyway, I will check out the telescope. I will be right back. Whoa, that comet is really, really high up in the sky, so you really have to look towards the zenith almost to find that comet. So Vic, you shot the comet on 31 January. Nice. I just couldn't find it. Yes, Liam of Liam. It is kind of tricky to find it. It's really high up in the night sky right now. So you really, I think you can lay down on your, like on your back. Just lay down and look up towards the zenith, and you may be able to see the comet. Yeah, what I said before, you can try to find the comet in the night sky. It is magnitude 5.8, so you definitely need some dark environment, some dark skies without any light pollution in order to be able to see it. Let's check out this comet. So it's still moving towards the right. I can also show you an individual frame. So this is an individual frame here. You can see it. Can I also, I don't know if I can do that. Can I also go back and forth with those frames or not? I don't see any. I'm not using this function very often. But anyway, this is the individual frame. So this is 1 30-second picture. You can see the comet is right here right now. And I started about, yeah, like I said, 30 minutes ago. I started here. You can see the comet is definitely moving towards the right. Pretty cool. Hey, James is back. Yeah, what telescope and camera am I using? So I am using just an ordinary, I would say, not a very complex setup. I just have my planetary camera, the ASI 678. I'm trying to get rid of this. Okay. Can I make it a little bit smaller? Oh, this window is a bit annoying. Okay, so I'm using my ASI 678. That's a color camera, and I mostly use it for planetary imaging. And tonight also planned on capturing some nice images of the moon. So just before going to the moon, I just decided to check out if I could find the Comet C 2022 E3 ZTF. And yeah, I definitely found it. So I'm first tracking that comet. Maybe later on we can also look at the moon, because I think we still have a very bright moon outside. It's about 95% lit, I think. So still close to full moon. So did I also, so the ASI 678 is a camera, and my telescope is just an apochromatic refractor, a 480 millimeter APO refractor telescope from Telescope Service with an 80 millimeter aperture. So that's an f6 ratio. And what can I tell you about this? I have this telescope already for 6 or 7 years. It's a Telescope Service Photoline f6. And it's generally pretty cool, especially when you don't want to get when you don't want to set up a big telescope like the Edge HD 8-inch or maybe even a 9 or 10-inch telescope. This is a good combination, because the planetary camera in combination with the refractor, it gives you like a pretty detailed view, a close-up view of the night sky. I think it's about 0.85 arc seconds, the combination. So yeah, that definitely enables you to get a good view of the moon. Also, I use it for solar imaging. And yeah, the comet also fits nicely in the field of view. So the entire UK is under clouds, boss. Oh, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. I feel sorry for you. But we had the same for about 3 weeks, I think. So about 2 or 3 weeks in the Netherlands went by without any clear skies. I think in January we had one night, and that's the one night when I actually was able to capture that comet, like the picture I showed you before. So sorry about my voice breaking up. Like 2 days ago, I was still in bed because I had the flu. But anyway, I was able to capture this image of the comet. So it's a really beautiful comet. I understand that the tail, there's some kind of rupture in the tail, because yeah, comets are very unpredictable. So of course, when they get heated up by the sun, they produce heat, and they produce dust, and that dust gets left behind in space. So that's why they have such a long tail. But at the same time, sometimes a comet loses like its intensity, and then all of a sudden the tail can be gone, or it can the tail can be moving into another direction. So yeah, that's really unpredictable stuff, comets. But I'm glad I'm able to look at it now. So here we are again. So yeah, I also have a lot of light pollution. Somebody asks about light pollution. But actually, I'm also under Bortle class 7, I think, light pollution. I'm definitely here in an area that is a suburban area. So still we have street lighting and everything. And there's also a soccer club playing about 1 kilometer away. That also produces quite some LED lighting, some light pollution. So you can definitely, if you have a telescope and you can find the comet in the night sky, you're definitely able to watch that comet. O2 Hans Yuk is asking, you probably saw my video about me receiving the AM5. I didn't test it out yet. So there were just no clear skies until like 2 weeks ago. And 2 weeks ago I thought on this one clear night I'm not going to fiddle around with a new telescope and telescope mount setup. So on the 17th of January, this one clear night, I just wanted to capture the comet with the gear I was most accustomed to. So I still have to, and now again, I build up my Skywatcher EQ6R Pro because I know we only have this one night, maybe 2 nights of clear skies, and I wanted to take another look at the comet again. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I will definitely, after this live stream, I will definitely test out the ZWO AM5. And I want to test it in 2 ways, so multiple ways, of course, but I want to test it with 2 telescopes, I mean. So the first telescope will be this refractor, this 418 millimeter refractor, focal length refractor. And I also wanted to test it out with my Edge HD 8-inch at its native focal length of 2000 millimeter to just look at the quality of the tracking of that mount. I'm really curious. But it's super lightweight, so that's super nice. And it wasn't difficult to set it up, and so I moved it around a little bit. I checked out some stuff, but I don't want to do that in a live stream or anything. I will test this mount more seriously the upcoming months, and I will, if I know more stuff, I will make a video and I will give my first light review of that mount. And Chris has an AM5 that arrives tomorrow. Congrats, Chris. I hope you have fun. Look forward to when you finally test it out. Yeah, me too. Jason Priest, good evening. So we are looking at a trail of the comet. That's what we are looking at. And my webcam. I can also move my webcam away here. So I can give you full view of the comet. Maybe like this. Like this. I'm really stretching now. But wait. I have my menu here also. I will keep my menu in. And the webcam here. So you can see me. And also want to just this is a real live view of the comet right now. So I've seen a lot of other channels that play some music and they show you the comet, but I don't know. It's not. I'm questioning if that's a live view. Anyway, everybody has to do what they have to do on YouTube, of course. But yeah, I still need a nighttime camera so I can show you my telescope setup live. I never came around to ordering those. I think you can order a security camera or something. Nest Cam, or I have to look into that. So guys, did you have any clear skies whatsoever? I see some people from the UK. Where are you from? But yeah, here in the Netherlands it has been terrible. And actually I was already prepared a bit, or prepared. I'm accustomed to this. So I have been into astrophotography for about 7 years now. And I think with all the winters, I think we had 1 or 2 winters in December and January where we had reasonable skies. But most of the time, I think it's just as in the UK. You have like cloudy nights, cloudy days. We used to have a lot of snow. We had some snow recently. And now again, it's like -5 degrees Celsius. Is that centigrade? So it's freezing here a little bit. So you might get some snow in February again. Oh, you still haven't been able to use the SEM40 and the ED102. Yeah, but Russell, maybe you didn't have the chance because the skies were nasty, just as my skies are nasty, right, in the Netherlands. Astro for fun por Luis Miguel. Hi from Spain. Buenas noches. Bienvenido a mi canal. Channel? Televisión. So, yeah, I would love to live in Spain, Astro for fun. I mean, the clear skies in Spain, they are so much better than the skies in the Netherlands. And you still have some really border class 2 or 3 dark skies, really dark skies where you can go to. So in the Netherlands, we kind of screwed up the night sky. Too many people living here. I think we are the most densely populated country in Europe. So, yeah. But anyway, luckily for me, the comet is really bright. So even with the light pollution, you can see the comet. TP-Link, do some cheap Wi-Fi. Yeah. I was checking that out. Actually, I was checking that out because we moved to a new home, and not for security reasons, but we have a lot of birds in the area. So during the cloudy days and the cloudy nights, I went outside. I went to the countryside, and I did a lot of bird photography actually. And I thought it would be fun also to put a security cam or some kind of wildlife camera in my backyard to just have a live view of the birds that come and eat here every day. But anyway, that's a totally different topic. But you can also use those security cameras for a live view here, of course. So you can see a night vision of my telescope. I know that other people do that, so I actually need to do that also. It's clear, but I see some clouds rolling in. Yeah, Vic, I'm not sure how many, how much time we do have here in the Netherlands. I can check out the weather here, but let me first check out, is it still going, this comet stuff? I think so. So I think we have been talking now for 15 minutes. Did we see? I think we have. Let's see. It's not dropping any frames. Okay, it's still adding. Frame stack 91. So this is 91 frames of 30 seconds. So divided by 2, that's about 45 minutes. So in 45 minutes time, the comet has moved this much. So I think in about an hour time, it will just leave the view I'm having right now. James. James, you are my biggest supporter. Thank you. So when looking at the individual frame, so it's here right now. So I'm kind of curious. Can you scroll through all of those individual frames? But I don't see any like pointer going up and down. So this is SharpCap I'm using. I'm always using SharpCap for planetary not astrophotography, planetary imaging. Because a planet is not a star, so it's not astrophotography, I think. It's solar system imaging. How would you call it? Anyway, so this is the individual frame stacking is a default. Yeah, let's just keep it as it is. It's going well. So I'm stacking here, and this is like the total number of pictures, 94 now. Stacked here, the total exposure time is 47 minutes. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is that it's actually past the meridian, but it's really, really high up in the sky. So I'm going to try to keep on tracking it as long as I can. Birdman Cat Daddy. Hello, Birdman. From California. Knows how to party. Welcome to the stream. We are looking at the green comet. Comet C 2022 E3 ZTF. And if I can see it with a small telescope, so can you. Not many clear nights in Oregon winter. Okay. So I think maybe in the north of the US it's about the same, I think. I saw some, like in the beginning of the winter, you had some really serious snow storms I saw on television. Yeah, I would rather be in, what's the guy? The guy from Spain. Is he still here, maybe? Ask Astro for fun. Can you tell me where you are from Spain? Where do you live? ¿De dónde eres de España? ¿De dónde vives? I think that's the only Spanish I know. Not many clears now. Hi from Trinidad and Tobago. That's cool. So, seeing you from across the globe, that's super cool. It makes me want to go on holiday. So, I'm in a cold country, the Netherlands in Europe. I think -5 right now. We did have a pretty good snow. You had a white Christmas, Russell Parr? Right before Christmas. That's always nice, yeah. We didn't have a white Christmas in the Netherlands, but we did have a white January. At least for a couple of days. It's becoming more rare though. So we used to have maybe with 10 or 12 winter days and winter nights, and it was definitely every winter we used to go skating, but I think it's global warming due to the warm winters. We only have maybe 1 or 2 or 3 days when it's really cold enough to go skating. Anyway. Yeah, I think the UK and the Netherlands are comparable. I think the distance from London to Amsterdam, I think, is it about 150 kilometers, something like that. So that would be like 80 or 85 miles. Melted by Christmas Day. Oh, the snow melted, yeah. I thought you were melting, no. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Buy for outstanding. Also saw the comet a few days ago as a smudge, but I saw it. Congrats, man. Yeah, but this is also a smudge. I'm only taking 30-second pictures, so an individual picture looks like this. So you only see this green blob here in the night sky. In order to really also capture the tail of the comet, you need multiple pictures. I took actually, for this picture, let me show you. I'm still a little bit recovering from the flu, so my voice is terrible. Sorry for that. But this is the image I took, but this is actually, I think I took 2-minute pictures. Using different filters like the red, green, and blue. I think I have maybe 1 or 1.5 hour of data for each of the filters. So in total, this is a 5-hour composition. So this is a 5-hour. How do you say this? It took me 5 hours to capture all the 2-minute exposure time pictures. using different filters. And then also I needed to integrate all those images and stack all those images. So that was a pretty cumbersome job, I have to say. So if you're going to image the comet and you have just a color camera, like I've put in my color camera right now, I would definitely recommend you shoot it in color. Anyway. I drive 6 hours to see my dad and we live in the same state. So Russell, where are you from again? What camera are you using? Robbie, this is a very cheap ASI 678. So this is a planetary camera. And yeah, Robbie, I hate stacking comments, I understand. It takes quite some effort. I didn't put a full tutorial on how I stack my comet. So maybe I will do that, but at the same time there are so many tutorials on YouTube already. So I know some people were interested in my approach to stacking the comet. So yeah, the main thing is I used PixInsight, and PixInsight has a wonderful Comet integration tool, actually. I think it's called Comet Alignment, and you can then align all the pictures you have of the comets, and you can also align the stars in the background, and you can integrate the two images to get to this final image. So actually, this picture you are looking at, this is an illusion, because you can see it here. This is the live view. So we can clearly see that the green comet is moving, right? So when I'm just keeping the stars in position right now, and when you keep the stars in the exact same position, you will get this green stripe of a comet, and you will not get a clear view of the comet's coma and the comet's tail. So what you need to do is when you're processing your data is first you have to align the comet. So the comet moves. So you can actually say, hey, the comet is here at 10 o'clock, and it's here at 11 o'clock, and it's here at 12 o'clock. And then there's a very clever program in PixInsight that can, and also you have also free software that can do it. Like, what's the name again? Deep Sky Stacker can also align comets. But anyway, you first have to align the comet, and then you can also stack the stars and get an integrated image. This is all I can tell you right now. Not a very good tutorial, so I definitely, if I'm going to do a tutorial, I will prepare myself and will show you how I do it. Good evening from London. Corinne Lewis, hello, Lewis. Corinne, I will say. Northeast of the States, okay. James is from the UK. He's from London. So James, are you really having clouds right now? Because we're not so far apart. I'm checking the local weather website. Yeah. Let's look at the cloud radar. Cloud radar Europe. Maybe I can show you. Oh yeah. Ah yeah. Now I see it. But London is clear, I think. Anyway. James, you can see the comet. Oh, sorry, I didn't. Let's go back to the live view. That's much more interesting. So it's still going. So the total exposure time is now 56 minutes. So in about an hour, you can see that the comet traveled this much. It's here right now. Actually, can I just... yeah, here we have everything, I think. For some reason it's showing me in black and white. But here, you can... When I... Oh, this is... nah. But here we go, here we go. So these are the individual images, for some reason in black and white. So I started here, and then you can see here how the comet moves. Chuck, chuck, chuck. Oh, I started over again. Okay, so my computer outside, it's a very old desktop, so it's really slow when I'm scrolling through the pictures here. But anyway, you can really see here the comet this is the comet in the night sky making its way. So it already passed its closest approach to Earth. It was, I think, the 1st or the 2nd of February. So it's now slowly moving away from Earth. And yeah, I'm in the northern hemisphere, and for me right now it's super high up in the night sky, in the southern sky. So try to find Mars. And then, so this is still the comet. It's going, how many pictures do I have? 100. Oh, for some reason I zoomed in. Oh, that's much nicer actually. Anyway, 116 pictures of 30 seconds each. So you can really see this comet moving. So here it goes. I'm reversing now. Anyway, you get the picture. In the literal sense of the word. Alright. It's clear here, 35 miles north of London. I think it will be cloudy later, yeah. Is that the case? Yeah, there is like this... I'm not familiar with I think the north of England is now covered in cloud. Or maybe it's Scotland. Anyway, I think the south is still clear. Like London, and also in Belgium is also clear, and France, and a large part of Germany. But there's definitely like a big band of clouds moving towards the east. So yeah, let's hope it stays away for a while, so I can track this comet. I used the comet tool, but I forgot the dithering. Ah, yeah. So you ended up with a grainy picture then, maybe. Yeah, dithering. I'm not dithering right now, actually. I'm only going to create a time-lapse video from the color pictures I take. And I'm happy with one picture of the comet. I'm not going through that whole process of reintegrating the comet and the stars again. I thought it would be fun to just use a color camera and see how green this comet really is. And, well, they weren't lying when they were calling it a green comet. You can see it. It's enormously green. Interesting. What do you like? Do you want the stacked view? I like the stacked view. The individual frame will give you an update every 30 seconds. So... let's see, we have 194 frames. It's now counting down. Let's see if we can see the individual change then. I think it's right now, more or less. Oh, that's new. That was the new frame. Well, okay. So the individual frames only show a very minor movement of the comet, but it's in 30 seconds. So this comet moves, I think, like crazy through the night sky. Can I see the speed of the comet? But it's, of course, it's relative to something. But and this comet will according to everything I read, this comet will leave the solar system. So this is the once in a lifetime opportunity to see the comet. And apparently it made, well, actually it's only the calculations that, the trajectory calculations, they suggest that this comet last moved towards the inner solar system 50,000 years ago or something. Anyway. Well, some people are going to sleep here. Wasn't so happy with my first attempt. Ja, Jeroen. More zoomed in. Okay. Jeroen, what are you using? Are you using a telescope? Are you using a telephoto lens? So it's also the combination of the telescope and the camera, of course. Yeah, Robbie, that's what I was wondering. What's the current speed of the comet? Well, it's going faster than my car, that's for sure. Let me see if I can find some info. Oh, wait, interactive sky chart, live position tracker. I don't see anything about speed. Yeah, it's visible looking at the south direction at an altitude of 76 degrees above the horizon. So that's almost in the zenith. For me at least. So I'm at 52 degrees latitude in the northern hemisphere. No info about speed. I do have this. Maybe this is interesting to show you. Let's see. Yeah. So let me show you the website. I'm always using the Sky Live with this. Can I see it? No, I can't. Wait. Where is that website? Display capture. Nah. Anyway, before I completely screw up the live stream. Yeah, definitely it's moving. We can look at Stellarium here. So now it passed the meridian already, so it's towards it's moving towards the southwest right now. Can you see it? Yeah. And so yeah, so if we look at here, you can see it here. So it will move down towards the western sky. So it will be visible almost all night, I think. At least from the Netherlands it will be. So this is 2 o'clock. So it will be really here. It will dip below the horizon in the northwestern sky, or just about. So I'm at 52 degrees latitude. So here. So maybe if you want to have a nice... So if you have my latitude, about 52 degrees latitude, if you have a nice view of something towards the northwest. Maybe a nice windmill or something. I don't know. You can make a nice astroscape picture maybe with the comet in the background. That would be cool. Anyway, it's moving. Now, of course, it's just we are moving because we are rotating. So the comet will be low going down towards the northwestern sky, and then it will go up again. So we can also look at this maybe across nights. So where will the comet be? So this is the 8th. So it will be pretty close to Mars on the 9th and the 10th of February, I have to say. So the 10th of February here. It will make a very close pass in the vicinity of Mars. That would also be cool to have the Mars, the comet and the planet in one picture. That might be an interesting opportunity. Then it goes down towards Orion, I think. So this is the 20th of February. Why am I saying January? 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, the 1st of March. So it will get lower and lower in the night sky. For us at least, in the northern hemisphere. So this might mean that maybe from March, April, if the comet is still visible, you might be able to see it from the southern hemisphere as well. Anyway, let's go back to the live view. And where is that live view? Here. I can only find the velocity in degrees per hour. Yeah. That's how we measure the movement in the night sky. And I think if you say like kilometers per hour, then it is relative to our position on Earth. And we are also moving, of course, in the solar system. So it's pretty tricky. Let's just say it's below light speed. But definitely faster than my car. You're going to be 66 in April, James. You have 3K to spend. Ooh. What are you going to spend it on? Corin Lewis is at 51 degrees latitude. Well, you will be having the similar view as I have. It's going 40 kilometers per second. At the point when it's closest to the sun. Okay. I've been watching a lot of those videos. All I know so far is I will not get a Dobson. Actually, if you just want some visual observations, you can buy a Dobson. But the tracking will be difficult with a Dobson. Your Dobsonian telescopes, you often get a manual mount. And so you have to adjust the position of that big telescope. So if you have 3K to spend, what I spent it on was like 1,000 euros. That's about £1, right? So about 1,000 pounds on the mount, and maybe another 1,000 on the telescope, and then another 1,000 on the camera, and some filters maybe. But yeah, if you have 3K. Oh, Jeroen, you are actually imaging with your DSLR then? Yeah, Samyang 135. Yes, because this is Jeroen. This is 480 millimeter focal length view. You look at right now. So if you will most likely have a full frame camera. 550D. That's the full frame, or is it APC? S. How is it called? APCS. If you have the crop factor, then your 300 millimeter will be like 1.6 times more. So then you will be having about the same view as I am having right now. But I think not, because the Canon camera, the chip on the Canon is it has a higher, much higher resolution. Anyway, I definitely think, yeah. So I'm at 480 millimeter focal length, and I'm using a very small, tiny planetary camera. Or tiny. It's a planetary camera that has tiny pixels. I can't see it here. Too much light pollution. Yeah, Corin Lewis, do you have a telescope? Anyway, I'm going to check the telescope again. It's past the meridian, and I didn't do the meridian flip because I want to keep this this nice time-lapse ID going. Let's see if my telescope is running into any problems. Okay, it is almost hitting one of the tripod legs, so I hope it will be fine. Let's see, how many pictures do I have? Uh, 148. So let's say we have 25 frames per second for time lapse. So that gives me about 6 seconds to show the movement of the comet. Oh, okay, that's a nice short short video. That's quite the assumption. You have an Altair Astro ED Starwave. Corin, you will definitely be able to see the comet with your Bortle Class 9. It's super bright. So just point your telescope towards that comet and do you have a camera? Now maybe for visual observations it will be hard, yeah. But if you have a camera, then definitely take a 30-second picture and you will be able to see the comet. It's that fuzzy blob. So you can see here in individual frames, you see all the stars, they are round, more or less, here. And then you have this fuzzy blob, and that's definitely the comet. Oh, buku. That's tricky. Yes, that's what I'm afraid of, but it might happen tonight. Because I did not do the meridian flip, I want to keep on getting this exact field of view, so I can make that time-lapse video. But I have about 6 seconds. I think that's enough to show the movement of the comet, at least. So yeah, comets, of course, they are... it's interesting that this comet gets so much attention, because on the one hand you have a lot of comets in the night sky. in our own solar system. And but of course there are not many comets that are visible. I think the last one was Neowise, right? In 2020, was it 2020 or 2021? I think it was 2020. So here on the Sky Live, they report like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 comets, 10, 11, 12. But most of them, they are an estimated magnitude below 10. So that makes it hard to observe a comet. At least you would need a telescope. And even with a telescope, like a basic telescope, it's tricky. So I think that makes it special. If you have comets that are visible with a telescope and especially with the naked eye, then everybody gets excited. And there are some people who don't know anything about comets who think that the world is coming to an end when there's some news about comets. But yeah. Siegfried. Yes, I'm tracking the comets live. Siegfried, you see this green stripe here? So those are actually 155 pictures stacked together. And we saw the comet move from the center of my picture all the way towards here, towards the right. So that's what we are looking at. This is the latest picture that just came in. So it's definitely on the move, this comet. Somebody said 40 kilometers per second. So yeah, this is what we are doing. Not too much problems with moonlight. Yes, it's definitely a lot of moonlight. I think we have a 95% moon. If I look outside my window, I can actually see the moon. But for comets, I mean comets, they are of course lit by the sun. They are in our own solar system. So everything that is in our own solar system, you can watch it with a telescope. So Mars, Jupiter, this comet, they're all pretty bright objects in the night sky, especially if you have a telescope. So even with the full moon out, I admit readily this is far from ideal. The circumstances are far from ideal, but it is possible to view it. And I thought, I have this. I already showed it. I made this picture. Oh, where is it? Nope. This picture. So I already, like in January, we had one clear night, and I spent, I think, 4 hours taking pictures of the comet, and it led to this view. So I'm really happy with that opportunity I had in January. And now I was just wondering if the comet was still out there, still visible, and it is. So I'm using a cheaper, like a color camera, planetary color camera, and I'm tracking the comet right now. And it's always a super nice sight to see something strange between the stars, right? Something that is on the move. A Pac-Man. Yeah, it's not a boomerang, I think, boss. I think the rules of gravity will apply to this comet. It will not suddenly go left. It would be interesting though. Eh? So maybe some evidence of artificially maybe alien life that controls the comet. Thanks, Vuku. Do you remember Hail Bob? No, Robbie. I actually I don't think I was too young. So I'm from 1977. I have to admit I'm like 46, approaching 50. But I've been into astrophotography only. I mean, I have been into astrophotography for the past 7 years. So before that, I was looking at all kinds of science, but I wasn't into photographing the night sky. The bug hit me about 7 years ago. So yeah, Hale Bob, I know the name of the comet, but I didn't see it. I was maybe completely ignorant at that time. Oh, you can't find it? Atom static? Atom static. Yeah, yeah. I always use plate solving software to make it easier to find the comet. So I can just type in the RA and the right ascension and declination coordinates into a plate solving software. I'm still using Sequence Generator Pro, and then it will exactly put the comet in the center of my screen, and that saves me so much time. I think plate solving is one of the most fantastic inventions ever. If you're into astrophotography, finding the comet with the naked eye is trickier, especially because it's 5.8 and with a full moon out, this is far from ideal to actually see the comet or to visually observe it or detect it. So I had to use plate solving for this, and I was really happy when I saw the comet in the center of the screen, and that's when I thought, well, let's hit the live button. Let me share this wonderful sight with you. I'm also imaging. Siegfried, what are you imaging? Are you imaging the moon? I'm old enough to remember Gohutek. Gohutek. I'm sure I mispronounced that. Yeah, I think isn't it the case? I think we also had a couple of comments. Atlas C 2019. Isn't it the case that maybe every year when you're into astrophotography, there are at least one or two comets in the night sky that are visible with a telescope, with a like a backyard telescope? I think that is what it is. And then sometimes this comet will become visible for to the naked eye, and then it becomes a big hype. Interesting. I like looking at comets. Hyped or not. It's super nice to see something moving in our own solar system. We often take images of like galaxies and nebulas that are light years or light years away, many light years away. And you don't see a lot of change, of course. We stack these images. We take like 10-hour like 10 hours worth of data of a particular nebula or a galaxy. There's not so many objects in the sky that actually change. You have the moon, you have the sun. The sun is always producing new sunspots and sun flares, so that's solar flares. That's really cool to watch. Of course, you have the different the moon with the different like the first half and full moon and third quarter and that kind of stuff. But I think the and of course planets are really interesting. I'm also very happy to image the planets. Especially Jupiter with the 4 Galilean moons, they once in a while they cross the surface of Jupiter. And it's so interesting to then take some pictures and some videos to actually see that moon moving in front of the Jupiter surface. That's really cool. It's also moving. And sometimes we have the International Space Station in front of the moon or in front of the sun. I didn't do that yet. And unfortunately, we also have a lot of communication satellites in the night sky. Sometimes it's terrible. I think in December I tried to capture the California Nebula, and I don't know, it was the exact latitude where all those Starlink satellites were actually visible. And I think the first 40 or 50 images in it was like the night sky, but still like before 12 o'clock at night. You could see I think they are Starlinks, but there are also other providers. But anyway, there was a star, like a how do you call it, satellite trail in almost like 50 of my images. But happy for me, I was very happy to see that the stacking process in PixInsight it took care of all of those satellite trails. So there is a way. I think it's Sigma clipping, something like that. So that's a stacking formula that has been used that you can use, and it will just ignore the stuff that is different from one picture to the other. So most of the satellite streaks were out of the picture when I stacked the image. So that's cool. Anyway, I'm babbling. Oh, you were 9, Russell. How nice. I don't want to ask you what year it was. Oh, you're all set. You were 60 something. Yeah. I used to think that was old, but I'm 46, so 60 is the new 40. The Horsehead Nebula, yeah, maybe with the 3 nanometer H alpha narrowband filter, you might be able to succeed. Yeah, I did a lot of narrowband imaging during full moon or close to full moon. You can do it. It's the quality of the data is maybe a little bit less, but sometimes you're out of options, right? If you have that one clear night, especially in the winter sky, then you just want to get the target you're interested in, regardless of having a full moon or not, right? 1974. Ooh, that was 3 years before I was born. I was -3 at the time. I'm going to check up on my telescope. I'm afraid that it's going to hit the tripod. I'm super lucky. It's just like 5 centimeters behind the tripod leg. Anyway, for those of you doing astrophotography, you know what that means. So I really would like to see this comet leave the picture, but I don't think. Yeah, we'll see. So I'm now at, let's look at the individual frame. So it's now here. So I have 180 pictures divided by 30 or divided by 2. I'm taking 30-second pictures here. So that's 90 minutes. So in 1.5 hour time, this comet has moved from the center of my picture all the way towards the right here. And unless it makes some kind of unpredictable move, which probably won't happen. But wait, this is like 90 minutes then. So it will take another hour or so, I think, for the comet to completely leave my picture. Should I wait for another hour for this? Maybe. Yeah, Siegfried. I understand the feeling. I hope you get a nice horse head. Are you going to capture the flame and the Horsehead Nebula? I don't know what your focal length is. It's a nice combination. Most astrophotographers go for the Flame Nebula and the Horsehead Nebula when you are at a focal length of about 500 millimeters, that kind of stuff. I did also try to zoom in, really zoom in on the Flame Nebula with my Edge HD 8-inch at I think with the 0.7 reducer. I was at a focal length of about 1600 millimeters, and it was nice, but there's this super bright star Elnitech, and it completely messed up my picture at that focal length. You have to take care of that Elnitech star. I hope you don't get any glaring in your like a flare of the star in your picture. I don't want to stitch the images. You're right, boss. I could do that. But, you know, as long as it's tracking. 400 millimeters. Yeah, 2600. You will have a nice picture of the entire, like the Horsehead and the Flame Nebula then. With the ASI 2600, that's good. That's a super high quality. Do you have a color or a mono camera? Darth Vader, Darth Marvin. Hello, Vido. Hello, everyone. Hello, Darth Marvin. Are you going to watch The Mandalorian? I think the new season is coming out in March. Oh. Individual frames. I think, shall we go to the moon? But actually, I have a thumbnail. I think it says the comet. Look at the comet live. So this is it. So we're looking at the comet live. For those of you who are, maybe I should do a recap. So for those of you who have joined later, we are looking at Comet C 2022 E3 ZTF in the night sky. This is a real life view. Not the kind of views I saw in other streams, but anyway. I have been tracking this comet for about 1.5 hours, a little bit more, a little bit over 1 hour and 30 minutes. And in that time, you can see here this streak. This is a stacked picture of all the pictures I've taken every 30 seconds. You can see that this comet is moving towards the right of my camera view. And I'm using a telescope. So this is a telescope with a focal length of 500 millimeters more or less. So I can zoom in nicely on that green blob. And it's really green. So I know why they call it the green comet. And it will still be in the night sky for the coming month, if it's still bright enough to see. So full moon is definitely not the best time to watch the comet, but I think in about 1 or 2 weeks you want to check out the comet in the night sky if it's still visible. And there's another 450 from James. James, you are my biggest fan. I love you. Maybe I can put it back into your wallet, so you have 3K and 450. Thanks, James. I really appreciate it. If you capture over 2 hours worth, you will be capturing too much and blurring details in the tail because of the changes. I'm only going for a time-lapse video, Robbie. And yeah, you are kind of right, Robbie. What I can mention is that I made a mistake with this picture. So it's always good to learn from somebody else's mistake. So let me put up the picture I took. Wait, let's first switch back to the stacked image. James, whenever you are in the Netherlands, in Utrecht, just come here and I will give you a cup of cappuccino, whatever you want to drink. What did I want to say? Yeah, I made a mistake. So you can learn from my mistakes. So let's go back to that picture I'm very proud of. And that's the only picture I... So, looks like a nice picture, right? I think so, but the super tricky part was to indeed, like Robbie said, to catch the tail of the comet. And I was using like a monochrome camera, an RGB. So I took red, green, and blue filter pictures of this comet. Anyway, that's the whole story. But what I forgot to do is to leave some time in between my pictures, in between frames. And what you then get is, if you want to catch the faint tail, then you will see these star trails here, like moving through the tail of your comet. So I looked at some other pictures and I did some research, and supposedly what you can do best is when you capture a comet, you take a 1 or 2 minute picture, for instance, and then you wait for a minute or two, and then you take the next picture, and then you wait for a minute or two, because that way, when you take a picture, you will get like these stars will still be trailing when you're going to stack the comet. That is. So anyway, I hope I make sense. But when you have this dotted line instead of this streak, this dotted line can be taken care of in stacking. And when you have a streak running across and I had that, it was very tricky to get out the star trails in the tail of the comet. I delete the star trails from the tail of the comet. Anyway, I most probably I will not make sense to a lot of people here. Again, I have to prepare a proper tutorial about stacking comets, but there are a lot of tutorials already available on the internet and on YouTube. So I think if you don't want to spend any money, Deep Sky Stacker is the best way to go. If you do have some money, you want to invest in PixInsight. That's the best, I think the best astrophotography editing tool out there with steep learning curve. So let's go back to that. Where's my comet? Here's the comet. Ooh. Almost 200 frames now. Yeah, Siegfried, that's true. So I also said that before, but yeah, of course people are moving in and out of the stream. So let me just also, because I'm almost done here, because the comet has almost, I can recenter it of course, but then you will have to look at the same kind of view. Almost left my my field of view here. What Siegfried said is, I also noticed it in one of my shorts. I also mentioned it in one of my shorts video. Let me show you Stellarium again. So here we are in Stellarium. If you look at C 2022 E3 ZTF, where is it? Is it there? Wait, I have to go back to the date. We are now at 7. Can you see this? So this is the date and the time. Can I move this here? And the time is, this is the time. So right now the comet is really high up in the night sky. So we have Orion here. The full moon is all the way over here in the southeast, in the eastern sky almost. Then we have Orion, and here we have Mars, and here we have the comet E3, like C 2022 E3. So when we move forward for a couple of days, you can see this is on the 8th of February, it will approach Mars. Here 9, still getting closer to Mars. And then on the 10th and the 11th, for us at least, it will be very close. It will be moving just so I think it might be able, let me check, to just capture the comet and Mars in one picture. That would be super nice to do. Now, anyway, I need to check if that's actually possible, but I think it is. So can I see my field of view is now still 7 degrees. My field of view. This is like a 1.5 degree field of view. So the comet will be then over there and Mars will be in the center, for instance, or maybe the other way around. Anyway, so that's super nice. Ding, ding, ding. So this is the whole streak. The comet made this, like, traveled this path for the past. Now it's 1 hour and 45 minutes, 102 minutes. So that's pretty cool. Will be the same frame. Yes, Siegfried. It also depends on your camera. So I'm using really this is like the pixel size is really small on this ASI 678 I'm using. So if you're going to use like another, like an astrophotography deep sky astro camera, you will get a wider field of view than this. I use this camera for like close-up planetary imaging normally. Yeah. Yeah, so guys, I'm actually wondering what you like more. Like these kind of live streams, or do you want me to get these really well prepared videos out? And probably you want both. But yeah, I think it is always nice to work on a video, but it takes some time. It takes some time to really, yeah, of course, get the right information and do the testing and recording. So it takes me always about a week to, at least a week, maybe 2 weeks, a week to think about the topic and do some research, and then another week to prepare and edit a video. And of course, it can be about anything. It can be about post-processing pictures. It can be about astrophotography gear. Anyway, I'm not sure what to do next because I see that YouTube is a little bit getting, like, the main trend is just shorts and live streams, to be honest. So I'm getting so much more views when I'm producing a 30-second short video in comparison to producing like a well thought out video. So maybe I'm sure I'm doing something wrong here. But anyway, I really do like the long-winded videos about astrophotography stuff, because that's what I am. I'm an astrophotographer, but it's like YouTube is becoming more and more like TikTok nowadays. Anyway, how many cameras do you own? Oh, Robbie, don't tell my wife. So I think my first camera was the like dedicated deep sky astrophotography camera was the ASI 1600 Mono Pro. It was back at the time. It was one of the best cameras, affordable cameras. One of the first good CMOS sensor cameras that you could use for deep sky astrophotography. And also I bought the ASI 178 Cool. It's not available anymore as a planetary camera. Of course I have a 120, like almost everything I have is CWO. I have a 120 EMC for my guiding, so that's the third camera. I also got the ASI 2600 Mono Pro, so that's the fourth camera. And I have, of course, I also have like my vlog camera, like the Canon M50 I use for vlogging, and I have a couple of lenses as well, like the Samyang 135. Somebody mentioned it to do some landscape or like some astrophotography with my camera and my star tracker. I recently bought the Tamron 100 to 400 millimeters. Also pretty nice. I took a picture of the moon with the Tamron 100 to 400, and it turned out pretty nice. Anyway, I think I have about 6 or 7 cameras. And I used to, when I just started out astrophotography, I had a Canon D12 1200D. So Canon 1200D, and I astro modified that camera. And I used some clip-in filters. That's how I started deep sky astrophotography, actually. Maybe I should do it again. Let's see how what kind of image I can take with that gear. 3,000 kilometers per second. Wow, Sandro. Somebody mentioned 40 kilometers per second. So, but it's also relative too, because I can see we are here on Earth, so we can basically calculate the speed with which it gets away from Earth, I think. But I'm not an astronomer, so I can Google it, of course. What software are you using to live stack your images? Yeah, this is SharpCap. And SharpCap has this live stacking module that I try to hide a little bit, because then you can see the comet. But it's this tool. I hope you can see it a little bit. It's called live stacking. You can see here frame stack 217. I could just here click start. And now you can say here align the frames. So that's what I did. And I also save all the raw frames. And I can then switch between like the individual frames. So this is just the last frame I took. And this is the complete stack of 217 pictures combined. So I find SharpCap to be a really, really easy to use tool, actually, to do these kind of things. So image the moon, image the planets, and also the stuff in our solar system. I almost always use SharpCap for these imaging sessions. Yeah, now you're getting me kind of curious. How fast is it? Of course, that's I should have prepared. I should have checked it. But I can't find it on the Sky Live, actually. What I can find is that it will be with us for quite some time still, this comet. So although it's moving away from Earth, let me check here. I saw this interesting. So at its closest, it was like the 1st of February, something like that. So in the beginning of February, this comet was about 42 million kilometers away. And then from February until the end of this year, oh yeah, it will be 40 million, but I cannot really see it. It's like I have to zoom in. Can I do that? Let's check it. Yeah, I can. Okay. So let me see for the individual months here. So January will be like it's now very close, 52 kilometers away. At its closest, it was 42. But now it will quickly move away from Earth here. So February 20, it will already be 104 million kilometers away. Then March 15, for instance, March 15 will be 202 million kilometers away. So it's getting fast, like end of April it will be, or beginning of April it will be about 275 million kilometers away. And then, let's see, yeah, towards July, it will then be almost 900, almost 1,000 million. So that's 1 billion kilometers away. So I'm guessing that, and of course it will be slung out of our solar system. That's the prediction. So we will never see it again after this year. Oh, here, light travel time, 2 minutes and 54 seconds. Okay. That is the amount of time light travels from the comet to Earth. But that's not the speed. I'm just checking if I can find the speed still. Distance in kilometers, estimated magnitude, observed magnitude 5.8. So everything below magnitude 6 can, you need a dark sky location, but you can see objects with magnitude below 6. And right now is like you need to see it now actually, because end of February. Yeah, this is the predicted light chart I'm looking at. So yeah, you want to catch it in the first 3 months of this year. After that it will probably be much less bright because of the distance that will be increasing. Anyway. I'm after the Rosette Nebula, Robbie. Very good. Yeah, I like the Rosette. It's a super nice target for if you have a 400 or 500 millimeter focal length telescope and a deep sky astro camera. Just take a lot of H alpha. So I like the narrowband pictures of the Rosette Nebula. So you can create a Hubble palette. Or you can also leave it red, of course. But there's a lot of nebulosity. How you can say it? The hydrogen alpha filter will do a great job. Excellent. Thank you, Nick. So I think I'm going to wait until I'm hitting 2 hours. And that's in about 6 minutes. Maybe I will get a final look of the moon here, because I see it outside my window, and when I see the moon, I want to visit it. I want to take a look at it. I don't know if you want to stick around for that. I should change my thumbnail. Oh. Nathan, hello. You're looking at Comet C 2022 E3 ZTF. Almost left my picture here. And this is like the 2-hour pathway the comet has traveled from the center of the picture all the way towards the edge. I didn't know that live stacking was so much fun. Super nice. Maybe we can look at it again. So these are the individual frames I took. The 30-second frames. They are pretty noisy because of the full moon, but let's see. You can really see the comet is traveling here. So I have a nice path. So these are each of the individual images in black and white. My camera is, well, my computer is a bit slow in rendering the picture, so I hope you can see it. So this is everything I got, I think. Oh no, I have. This is quite nice. Oh, I don't know. I have this little desktop outside. It's not the fastest. Anyway, so we can move back. Oh no, it's having trouble. Let's go to the final frame here. I think that's cool. I think I'm happy with this. So this is like 211, 233. So, oh, that's not the best picture. It's a little bit out of focus, I think. Anyway, I will make a time-lapse video out of this tomorrow. Oh, the big screen. Help! Don't do it. You can, of course, always cast the live stream. So yeah, guys, for those of you who are tuned in a little bit later, let's see. I'm now almost 2 hours tracking Comet C 2022 E3 ZTF in the night sky. I'm using a telescope and a planetary camera for this, and I'm using live stacking in a software tool called SharpCap Pro, so we can actually look at the path the comet has traveled during the time I have been doing this live stream. And as you can see, so I started out in the center of the frame, and then the comet moved all the way towards the right of my picture here. And you can see that this is definitely the comet, and you can see the stars, I keep them centered. So I'm tracking the stars actually and not the comet. So the stars are in the same position, and when you stack all of these images together, you see this beautiful green streak of the green comet. This is, I understand why they call it the green comet now. So it's almost gone, and it has been a lot of fun. You're not sure if Betelgeuse is going to explode. Now, Nathan, I have two separate thoughts on that. Now, definitely it's a super giant star, so super massive, how you call it? I don't know, I'm not an astronomer, but you have this super giant Betelgeuse, and all the astronomers, they agree that Betelgeuse will go supernova, but when it will go supernova is hard to predict. So a couple of years ago, people were getting excited because they saw some fluctuations. The astronomers who actually do the research saw some fluctuations in the brightness of Betelgeuse, and they thought, well, maybe this might be a prelude to the supernova explosion. But then these differences in brightness they went away again, and actually Betelgeuse could explode tomorrow or go supernova tomorrow. Or it could go supernova in about 1 million years, right? So, yeah. So everybody who is hyping Betelgeuse is about to go supernova and are giving you live views of Betelgeuse every night, then I wouldn't hold my breath. So that's my opinion. Definitely it will go supernova. It might happen in our lifetimes, but there is also a big chance that we are not going to see it. But when it happens, it will be a super nice, or maybe a bit worrisome event, because I read in one of the science articles that like the brightness of Betelgeuse when it goes supernova, it will be brighter than the moon for a couple of months. So then we have 2 moons basically in our night sky, and for astrophotography that's not a lot of fun. Anyway, it would be, of course, a beautiful thing to experience, to watch. James, ladies and gentlemen, I'm off now. Guido, thanks. Hey, James, have a nice evening in London. And like I said, when you're in the Netherlands, just visit us, and we can enjoy a cup of coffee, or maybe a beer or something like that. Good night, James. It would be really cool to see the supernova, that's true. So guys, I am at 242 frames. I'm going to wait to 245 to make it an even. Oh, I'm also 121 minutes, so 2 hours. Very interesting to see that. Maybe now it's a kind of a sport to wait until the comet actually leaves the screen. Let's see, this is 2 hours. I think maybe 15 or 20 minutes to go until it leaves my field of view. What focal length is this f-stop? So I'm at f6. So my aperture is 80 and my focal length is 480 millimeters. So 480 divided by 80 is f6. And what can I say? Yeah, this is an apochromatic refractor. So we have some high quality FPL 53 O'Hare glass in that telescope, which doesn't make it cheap, but it gives you a good color corrected view of the night sky. It's still challenging though, because I'm in light polluted sky, so I'm in a suburban area, living in Utrecht, the Netherlands, at the edge of the city. So still have to deal with a lot of light pollution. Actually, I can show you the light pollution, the actual light pollution, because I'm using here a gradient removal filter that is really nice to extract all the shitty, I wanted to say, like the awful light pollution. So let me show you the light pollution I do have. Let's do off. So let's wait for the next picture. You can see how much light pollution I have to deal with. The picture will be entirely green. Oh, it's not doing it. Oh, maybe I corrected it somewhere. Oh, maybe it's here in the stack information. Anyway, just trust me. This is like, I already tried to subtract the background noise, the light pollution and the noise in this picture, because otherwise you would only see green. It's not showing. Okay, for some reason it's not showing. I think maybe also because the comet is now so high in the sky, I have a less light pollution. That might be the case. Anyway. Oh, that's not what I want. Russell, thanks for joining, man. Have a great evening. Yeah, Robbie, I was super interested in how it would look with a color camera. And it is really green. So I will stack these images together. I will not stack them together, I think. I will make a time-lapse video. And so we can see the comet move, and then we can also see the color of the comet. So 250 frames, I think that's enough for me. Yeah, the tail is not disappointing, Robbie. The tail, you can't see the tail because I'm taking 30-second pictures. So let me again show you. So this is an image this is the tail of the comet. Actually, this was the tail of the comet about 2 weeks ago. So what can I say? Yeah, so if you take long exposure pictures and you stack them together, you're definitely going to be able to see the comet's tail. But if you take short exposures like me, only 30 seconds, you will see the coma around the comet, but not the tail. Maybe when I stack all of these 250 images together, I might be able to see some part of the tail. I have to check it out. stacking tips. Yep, I have them. It depends on what program you're going to use, Dennis. Maybe I will do a dedicated video about how I make a star trail, or like how I produce like a time-lapse video of the comet, and how I made the picture I just showed you. It will take some time, but I will put that out there, because then you can see what I do, at least, to stack the comet, and what kind of programs I'm using, and what kind of steps I take to get to a time-lapse. Time-lapse is not so tricky. You can use any kind of movie maker or Premiere Pro or any kind of video editing tool. And just be sure to set your I think you have about 0.05 seconds or something for every frame, so you get to 25 frames per second. And there are some other tricks, but it's a bit difficult to explain in a live stream. Yeah, I have produced, like, in PixInsight, I often correct my pictures, and then after that, I calibrate each of the frames with flat frames. And after I have corrected the frames, so I've taken out anyway, that takes too long to explain. But when I calibrated the frames, I export them in PNG format, and then you can just use any kind of program. But I have been using, like, if you want free software, you can just use Windows Movie Maker or something like that. Just a general editing tool, video editing tool. Each of the video editing tools will be able to put these frames in the right order, and just leave the interval at 0.05 seconds, and you will have the time-lapse. You export it as a high quality MP4, and you can enjoy your time-lapse video, something like that. This is now becoming a big event. When will it leave the screen? Tin, 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 tin. Oh, unpin. Oh, now where is it? Here it is. Okay. Almost gone. When it came within 26 million miles at a relative velocity of 128 miles, 207 kilometers per hour. So that's great. Yeah, that is definitely faster than any kind of vehicle I have ever seen. 207,000 kilometers per hour. So what is the diameter of the Earth? It's about 20,000, I thought. So in 1 hour it would cross like 10 times the diameter of the Earth. That's pretty fast. So okay, guys, this comet is almost gone. Let's take a final look at the entire trail. If I still can find the live stacking view, how can I window position float? Here it is again. So let's see the whole trajectory of the comet in the stacked image. I like this. I like this feature in SharpCap. Here we are. So we started here, and now we're all the way towards the edge of the picture. So that's super cool. I was always also happy to see that it was moving towards the right and not towards the top, because I have more space here. So yeah, guys, this is about it. This is what I wanted to show you. I'm really happy to have found the comet, to have tracked the comet in the night sky. I will try to work on videos about the whole process of capturing and editing the comet and creating a time-lapse video of the comet. So hopefully, I have been very ill, so you can probably hear it in my voice. I'm not completely recovered, but I'm happy to still be alive and to show you this awesome comet in the night sky. Thank you for joining, and hopefully see you again another time on my channel. And I hope I will be able to produce some informational videos about astrophotography in the upcoming weeks. Maybe about stacking comets, but also about the new gear that I have received from ZWO, the AM5. I'm going to test it out with different telescopes and cameras, so I'm really curious about that mount. Hopefully we will have some clear skies in the Netherlands. And for now, I want to wish you good night and thanks for watching. And let's take a final look at this stacked. I really like this stacked image. So Comet C 2022 E3 has left the picture. Okay guys, take care. Hope you have a great night. Hope you have a clear night if you're going to do some astrophotography, and see you later.